What's going on, everybody? It is To The Wire Sports on the Heat Ratio Sports Network, man, and we are excited to be here. Carm, what's up?
What's up?
Terrence, what's up, man?
What's up, man? You know, happy Friday. You know, I'm back. You know, I was missing last week. You know, had some fun in Vegas. Had to, party. Happy draft weekend. You know, you see the team. See Carm over there with the Eagles. I don't know what is that. I don't know what NFL team he has on. Is that an NFL team? I don't know what's going on. I mean,
we putting out NFL prices.
Maybe he's disappointed in his NFL team. That's probably why he didn't work. But I mean, let's start the show.
Listen, first of all, I don't have any Jaguars gear yet, and I'm going to get some because both of my guys from Clemson went to the Jaguars so far.
We're surprised about, but we're gonna talk about it.
Hey man, so we're gonna get into it real quick. Hey, listen, today we got a big show. Everything about the draft. You can see the topics at the top. We're gonna be getting to a little bit about why these guys are still going together from teammate to teammate, why people are linking back up in the league. We're gonna talk about who you thought was supposed to get picked and did they get picked there? Who's gonna have the biggest upside? Carm's favorite spot. Who got the bag? Man, Carm, I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna start with you. I've been waiting to talk to you. I've been waiting to talk to you all week.
Hey, Christopher.
What's up, Chris? I don't know you, but thank you for watching.
Running Back Sports Show every Tuesday, 5 to 7.
For sure. Send the shout out. Mm-hmm. Hey, so I'm gonna start with you. Your young Bulls. Y'all went out here and picked up Devontae Smith.
Right, our young Bulls.
How you feeling?
First
of
all, it's Bulls. It's not Bulls.
I don't even know.
That's how you say it in Philly. My homeboy going there
you gotta say it right. You're gonna say Bulls, but it's not like that, Terrence. It's Bull.
We don't know how to say it.
Young country folk can keep the country slang.
Whatever.
I know what
Whoa! That's not how it is, Terrence.
Just continue, please.
All right, I'm gonna move on. I'm sorry. Moving on. Let's concentrate. So the Eagles went from the number 6 pick. As y'all know, we started at number 6. So we went to number 12 for whatever reason to get some more draft picks deep in the draft. And then last minute on draft day, when it's like 8th pick in or like 9th pick, I think, or the Giants were up, then all of a sudden it's like, boom, we want to trade back up to get the 10th pick.
So who did y'all trade with?
The Giants.
And then y'all traded with the Cowboys, right?
Right.
I thought the Giants.
I'm sorry. No. We didn't trade with the Giants. That's my mistake. We traded with the Cowboys. That's what happened. The Cowboys. Who is our like enemy like forever and ever and ever. So it's kind of surprising to me that we did trade with the Cowboys, because we as fans always think that the Cowboys are always going to do stuff to try to one up us or kind of get our players. So it was really a shock to me when it said the Cowboys are trading with us. So we traded with them. We got up the 10th pick, and who do we draft? Devontae Smith, Alabama wide receiver, Heisman winner. Newly Heisman winner. Okay. Great pick for us. Really excited. All my Eagles fandom. I've been looking at a couple pages, Twitter, Instagram, and I've been seeing a lot of Eagles fans are happy, and they're saying that Howie has redeemed himself from messing up and screwing up for the past couple years and doing dumb stuff. So I think if the general consensus is we're happy to finally get a player, which makes sense for what we need right now. Of course, we need corners. We need an O-line, but we really need some receivers because everyone is kind of older or gone. And Jalen Hurts is going to be our quarterback, and he's young, and he needs somebody to throw it to. And Devontae and him actually played together in Alabama when Jalen would play for Alabama. So they kind of got that connection, and now they're joining together again on the Eagles. So I feel like it's going to be a cute match. Now, let me stop saying
it is Devontae. Hold on.
Yeah, Devontae, yeah. But Jalen and him played together in Alabama. Jalen played for Alabama, yep. Okay, yeah. So, I'm excited to see the combo, see what they do, and hopefully we can get a couple more people with this round. I mean, the second round and the third round to kind of add to what we're trying to build. But I think how we finally made like a smart decision, because if he would have drafted another quarterback or something nutty, it would have been like anarchy. Philly would have been going nuts. So I think how we kind of like calm down everybody for right now until he does the next dumb thing he does, which he's gonna do.
Terrence, you up next. Hold on, let me answer some of these comments. So Andre says it's Bull 1L, whatever, Bull. Whatever. Go Cowboys, Jason.
You a Cowboys fan? Get out of here.
Oh man, like I don't know what's going on, Jason. I thought I liked you, but
Jason.
Chris Thomas says Giants wanted Devontae Smith. The Eagles jumped away before they.
Chris, thank God, finally the Eagles did something before, because here's the thing. obviously the Giants and the Cowboys are division rivals for us. So we had to kind of make that move before they got someone that we really needed. So thank God that we did.
Cowboys got worse.
I mean, they got Micah Parsons.
They did get Micah Parsons.
Penn Stater, repping all day.
He might be one of the best. He probably the best defensive player to come out in the first round.
That's what I'm saying. So, and he's a Penn Stater. And he's a Penn Stater. Let me say that again.
Listen, I'm gonna let Terrence get this next one. But just Cowboys got worse from Andre Heat Ratio Network. We got Jason with a laugh because I said that he was a good dude, and I don't know what's up. So, Terrence, this question to you, man. It's crazy. It's crazy right now. Did your team, your guys haven't had a pick yet. You guys got 2 picks in the second round.
Yeah,
Kansas City. So did anybody get substantially better this time, like going around just with the draft? Did anybody get substantially better just off the draft pick?
Off the draft pick?
Yep.
You gotta go with Jaguars. I mean, they say your boy is like Andrew Luck. They say he like Peyton Manning. You got somebody in your establishment that people, like say he act like he like that's how he played. His comparison, like you got to give it to the Jaguars.
And so the Jaguars got your best pick, got the best pick of the draft so far, right? The 2 picks.
I wouldn't say that second. I mean, it's always good to have a running back, but that's what surprised me about that second pick. They already had James Robinson. He was an undrafted rookie. He was one of the top. I think he was probably like top 5 running backs in the league last year. So I was kind of confused on that. I mean, the 1-2 punch probably gonna work, but I didn't think they was gonna get ETN.
But they did a Clemson comeback. They brought them back together, with the connection. They make them comfortable.
Yeah, they was doing that throughout the whole draft.
Right. No, I know.
Cincinnati, Miami, Philly.
So let's talk about that real quick. So I don't want to cut you off because we're gonna talk about that. So a lot of the draft, we saw a lot of teams basically hook they old players up with their old players. Like we already talked about Jalen Hurts getting hooked up with Devontae Smith. Joe Burrow gets Jamar Chase, which is a good look for Cincinnati. The offense go get Jalen Waddle, which I think was a little premature. I don't know why you don't take Smith first and leave Waddle. Waddle's actually smaller, like shorter, but I understand why. And then last but not least, you got a situation on now. You know what I'm saying? With this last one. This last one is a pretty good pickup. The last little ad. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Who we talking about?
So the guys that ended up getting back with their old teammates.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about you talking about Jaguars.
The Jaguars is one of them. It's somebody else. When I put it up, y'all gonna be mad.
Jamar Chase
with LSU.
Waddle and Tua. Smith and Jalen.
Yeah, okay, Smith and Jalen. So it's supposed to be 4. So we got 4. So the funny thing about this is he says Lawrence is fine, but ETN wasn't a good pick for me. So I'm gonna have to speak up on this.
Chris, why?
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Waddle's a speedster. He fits better with the Parker, who is a possession wide receiver.
I guess he does, but not. I mean, so Chris, I'm gonna answer both of your questions, or basically like comment to both of these. So the reason that Lawrence goes and wants ETN is because ETN was always his relief valve. And anytime you see Trevor Lawrence play, even when he was young coming up, when this was a freshman, he could always dump the ball off the ETN. He was a safety net. Mm. He's almost kind of like, I've heard comparisons to ETN to being kind of like a Kamara because he can catch out the backfield now.
Yeah, so I really won't like in the comparison.
I wasn't liking the comparison, but I kept hearing it. And the reason I kept hearing it, I guess, is because his speed after the catch. The only team that slowed ETN down after the catch was Ohio State. That was the only team all season to do it. But before that, the year before that, Ohio State didn't stop him either. So it was like they kind of had film on him, so then they stopped him.
Oh, okay.
So now we're gonna say this. So the Waddle pick as him being a speedster is fine. I just don't know if Waddle's gonna be able to hold up. He's already been hurt a couple times since he's been in college. So I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe he got the injuries out of the way. But Smith, as skinny as he is, he's never been injured. The whole 4 years, he's never been out. He's never missed no time. So I don't know if that's a thing where we're sitting here saying, okay, well, maybe that's why they didn't take him. Maybe that's why they took Waddle. He took a chance on Waddle, but Smith just kept dropping. I don't know why. So I don't know why he kept dropping in the rankings. I don't understand that.
I mean, he's still. I mean, what pick was he? 12? What pick did y'all pick? 12?
10.
Or 10? Yeah. I mean, that's where they really had him going. I mean, you already knew Jamar Chase was gonna come off number 1, and then it was like in between with Waddle and Devontae.
True.
I mean, maybe people were just concerned about his size. They just was, but I think that was the biggest thing. It's just how small he is. People were just concerned about that and how it relates to the NFL. I mean, I know players were saying that it don't matter. He's great, but I know probably GMs and teams are thinking about just kind of like what happens if we invest in him and then he gets hurt and it's kind of like a sack in the face for us because he was a high pick, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe that could have been it. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a problem necessarily because how many skinny guys you meet that are like strong as heck? You strong? He could be strong. He could be good. I mean, I don't know. You don't know until he gets into the NFL and plays. You only can kind of guess because his track record is he hasn't been hurt, like you said. So go off the track record. I mean, and even in that championship game, I think he did like have a little his hand or something happened with his hand or something, and he tried to come back out and he was able to play, but they just told him to stop. It was a blowout. So I think he's tough and he hasn't been hurt. So just go off that. It's all you can go off of. You can't guesstimate that he's small, so this is going to happen. You don't know that. Because someone who is the best stature, the best whatever, can get hurt right away and then be out. So it's not a case of, let's guess. The Eagles was like, listen, we need a wide receiver now. Let's get him because he's the best option from what was left. I mean, he's the Heisman Trophy winner. They don't get that. He's like the first wide receiver that's gotten that in the past like 15 years or something like that. I think I wrote that down. He's like, hold on, I wrote that down somewhere. He's like the first wide receiver. He's only the 4th wide receiver ever to win the Heisman. So, I mean, he ain't bummy. He's good.
All right. I got something for you, Terrence. Just one to you. So you know how we was talking about, y'all said my man Surtain was gonna go first. The first DB off the ticket.
Nope.
Wasn't. And who did I tell y'all it was gonna be?
No, you were saying that.
No, I said Horn, the guy from South Carolina. Horn.
No, I don't think I said. I was saying the guy. I was thinking the dude Fairley from Virginia Tech.
He wasn't it either.
He went though. He went. He just didn't go early.
The first one that was taken was who I told y'all it was going to be. It was Horn.
I think I said Horn, but
you did, man. You didn't even know his name.
On the Running Back Sports Show, we talked about this. Chris Thomas wanted J.C. Horn for the Eagles if he was still available. He was like, "Oh, I want him over Surtain. I feel like he's like the window for him is bigger. He can do more. Surtain's kind of like what you get is what you see." That kind of vibe. So we were talking about him a lot, but obviously he went really high. So no chance for the Eagles to get him. Even if he did keep 6, we wasn't getting him anyway.
So so this is to you, Terrence. Who is the best defensive player taken so far and why?
Kyle Parsons, linebacker, 4.3 speed. Like, have you heard of that? That's all I gotta say. Linebacker 2. I don't know, 240 something like that. 4.3 speed. I mean, he's gonna be Rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
So I'm gonna ask you this: you play in the y'all in the Big Ten, so y'all watch the Big Ten more than I do. So my question is to you: when he did play, because he sat out this last year. So the year before, how effective was he against the better teams, against the Ohio States of the world, against the Michigans of the world? How good was he then?
He had 109.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I can't give you that. I can't tell you that.
Because he wasn't effective. That's why.
He had 109 tackles.
He did against everybody else. Against the teams that were really elite, he didn't play that well. I'm not saying he wouldn't be, because you got to think about it, that's a whole year. He's a whole year removed. So my best guess is, at best, he's a great athlete. But he also had to go to a team that has a use for him. We go to the Cowboys. They got Van Der Esch. So he's going to be not double teamed, but there's going to be I think it's going to be a learning. He's not going to be double teamed. So against a team that has a weak offensive line, then I would say would be like everybody in the NFC East. They got a weak offensive line. He may wreak havoc.
Oh, he's going to be a problem. Rookie of the Year. Stamp it.
So you said Rookie of the Year?
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Stamp it.
I'm going to go with, I hate to say this because I hate pulling for anybody from the Gamecocks. I just hate doing it. But Horn's going to be the defensive player of the year.
Where did he go?
Huh? He went to the Panthers.
Okay.
And they don't have any other marquee, like, real defenders. Like, so I think he's going to be the man there. I don't think they're going to throw to his side, and when they do, he's going to pick it. What you got? What you got?
He going against Mike Evans? Who are y'all?
And we're going to talk about that right now. I'm going to sit down with the Carm. Carm, what you think about these Atlanta Falcons, though?
Oh, with the Philly boy, Kyle Pitts?
Whew.
I mean, Kyle Pitts, Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, the Mother Bulls.
Okay, no. Leave Matt Ryan out of it.
No, we're saying he's a quarterback. He's included.
Gurley and Ridley is who you need to be talking about.
No. We're going to talk about the quarterback.
He's trash, though.
It don't matter.
Gurley was trash last week.
Either way, he getting old, bro.
Kyle Pitts, I kind of want a Kyle Pitts for the Eagles. Like, I thought that maybe we could have traded up to get him because obviously he's just, he's crazy. He's kind of big. He's kind of crazy. Kind of wild.
No, it's nutty that he can run that fast.
And like he's supposed to be a tight end, but they were saying that this year he's caught 19 tight end, he's caught 19 catches as a tight end, 12 as a slot receiver, and 12 as a wide out receiver.
Yeah. And he had 5 touchdowns in one game or something.
Yeah, he's the highest drafted tight end since 1960.
You know who that tight end was?
No.
I don't either.
Yep.
I wanted to check the stats.
That is good. That's
a poll question. Anybody who can tell us who is the 1960 tight end that was taken high
in the draft?
Let us know.
Because Kyle Pitts went number 4, so I'm curious if the person went number 4 went higher.
Ooh.
Because
that would have to be if it happened in 1960, I could see it being somebody from like Notre Dame because they used to use like tight ends a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
So I could see that being some situation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for him. He's from Philly. He's a Philly guy, so definitely really excited for him to see what he's gonna do. Especially since he didn't come to the Eagles, it's not in our division, so that's great. Have fun.
Yeah, but you still got to run into him, right? He's still in the NFC, though, right?
Yeah, but still, I mean, but at least it's not like our direct division rival.
True.
Which like the Cowboys, the Giants.
What happened on the picks, man? Who got picked?
No, when you said Notre Dame, they just drafted a linebacker from Notre Dame, Cleveland. That pick just came out.
Bro, they're gonna be the Kawari.
Koramoah. Yeah,
dude, that's it. It's over with. They the best team in the division.
Wait, what team drafted them?
The Browns.
The Browns.
They're the best team. Like, listen, I gotta say this, and I know people gonna hate it. I say this. I'm a Steelers fan through and through. They're gonna hate that I'm saying this. The Cleveland Browns are the best, not only defensive team in the NFC or the AFC East. What is that? No, AFC North. I'm sorry, AFC North. But they are going to win the AFC North. Period. It's not even gonna be close.
It's an Oracle moment.
They have They got all the options. They got Baker Mayfield. They got Odell Beckham. They got Jarvis Landry. They got Chubb. They got Hunt. They got
they compare him to Levante David.
They got Njoku still, I think. They got the defense is packed. They just got Clowney. Man, they got.
They just got Greg Newsome, the DB, in the first round.
Let's go, man. Come on, bro. Like,
is this an Oracle moment?
What are we doing? Why are we even talking about it?
At?
And I don't even need it because it's not even going. I'm sad right now.
Is that an Oracle moment?
Somebody needs to call me next. I'm done. I'm just packing all my stuff up this evening. I'm going to be out. I'm not doing no fantasy football.
Oh, so you're upset about the Steelers? That's your division.
Yeah, they're going to win. They're going to win it with no problem.
Well, you already said that they wasn't winning it anyway.
They trash, bro.
So, it's okay.
Only thing I am glad
Let the
about.
Browns have it. They've really been a long time without being good. They kind of deserve some wins.
And now, I think they might be the favorite in the AFC.
Maybe. Besides, you know who?
Yeah. Who you might don't say the Chiefs.
I mean, you can't sleep on the Chiefs.
Don't say the Chiefs.
You can't sleep on the Chiefs.
Man, you know we the favorite, man. We got Pat. Come on, stop it.
Then y'all get wrecked in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, we fix our O-line. We fixing the O-line crazy. We'll be a top 10 O-line.
You're not bro, didn't you just not hear what I just told you?
He said, didn't I get wrecked in the Super Bowl? Dang.
Bro, y'all got handled.
We'll be a top 10 O-line this year. That's all he need. Stop it.
No, he don't. But are you hearing this dude?
He getting passionate. Browns of Baltimore for the AFC.
Exactly.
Chris Thomas said Browns of Baltimore for the AFC North title.
Exactly. Thank you, Chris. The only person.
Nobody disrespecting Pittsburgh. That was 11-0.
Bro, what are you talking about? That was a trash record. We ain't playing nobody.
I'm telling you, man. I know y'all. I don't know how you go. I mean, it's cool. Stuff happens, but I really think it's the line. Your two linebackers went out, and that's what hurt y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I think Bush and The other guy, Chris
got your back. Chris got your back, Terrence. He said, "All right, pump the brakes. The Chiefs are still the team to beat until proven otherwise." So there you go. But here's the thing: it's true because here's if you want to break listen to me. You want to break it down. The Chiefs still did make it to the Super Bowl, and Pat Mahomes was hurt. Just to say. So it's not like Pat was playing at full throttle and they were dropping passes, stuff they could have had. Like you watch this, but like they had chances. They just were dropping things that wasn't going their way. They didn't get certain calls, and Pat was hurt. They did make so it's not like they're not a threat. They're definitely still a major threat because they're still the same kind of structure in as there. They added some people, fixed some things. So this year they're gonna be tough.
Okay.
First AFC championships. We're a dynasty.
How about this? I ain't even gonna say that. I'm gonna go a step further. And I never do this. Never do this. You line the Browns up with any team in the AFC, they match up, period. Even if you match them up against the Chiefs, they got a good quarterback. They got a hell of a good running back. Two of them, actually. Two they can catch out the backfield. Well, Chubb is a runner. You got two good wideouts, a decent tight end. They defense is crazy. I mean, the two bookends are all pro. Like Myles Garrett, and you got Clowney, and then you just added the young dude.
Clowney? You just said only had 1 year with Tennessee? He's trash. That's why they only gave him 1 year.
Bro, you are nuts.
You are nuts. Whoever he was, who he was with right before Tennessee.
Now I doubt that you know football. If you don't think Clowney is if you think that Clowney's not good off the edge,
passionate. He's getting into it. He's feeling it.
Because them boys,
that KC gonna pop up his sweater.
Nah, but they only gave him a 1 year contract
because of off the field stuff, bro. It ain't his on the field stuff. Get out of here.
What has Clowney did off the field?
What you mean?
What has he done?
He's a problem on the field.
We're not talking about Heisman Smith, bro. We're talking about Clowney.
No, I know who you're talking about, bro.
Well, listen, let's just agree to disagree here.
Bro, I cannot wait.
Either way, I think the Browns are gonna be good because they were good last year. They added some things, they're gonna be good. But I'm not gonna say that the Chiefs are not gonna be crappy. Oh, you're tripping. They're not. They're good. They're gonna be good. Like Chris said, the only way the Browns will beat them is if they get an early lead, asking Baker to play catch up against the Chiefs offense is a suicide mission. Boom.
You don't need to play catch up when you got a good defense. They offensive line got to build. And they gotta pick up offensive line. It really depends on what y'all do today.
We did pick up offensive line. You know
who you get?
Chris, you got the fade.
Orlando Brown from the Ravens. Two straight Pro Bowlers. Two straight Pro Bowlers.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about this. What do y'all think about the 49ers picking Trey Lance over who they thought they were going to pick Mac Jones, and Mac went 15? Which
they
I
both
think,
trash.
I think, huh? No, I think that Mac Jones. Who?
Trey Lance. That's why I think he's the one that has the bet. He only played 1 year full at North Dakota State.
Don't get too into this right now. We're not there
don't
yet.
Jump the gun.
We're not there yet, T. But but yeah, Trey Lance. I mean, he's only played 1 full year of football. He got drafted number 3 in the NFL draft.
How about this? I'm gonna say this to everybody. I need y'all to hear me. This is a JD Oracle moment. Not even bullshit. I'm telling y'all straight.
Where's
up.
The music?
I don't need no music. I'm not even doing the music today. Oh. The music's not gonna happen. The reason why none of these picks matter. None of these guys that have not. The reason that I'm mad about it is because you don't go grab Justin Fields. Justin Fields got crapped on for this draft. I'm serious. The dude is a proven winner.
He gonna ball for Chicago.
He's gonna ball. And they have a great defense too. So he ain't even gotta be perfect. Number 2, Zach Wilson. He's him and old buddy from North Dakota State, like Carson Wentz. Like them dudes ain't playing nobody. Like these dudes aren't playing anybody. I take Mac Jones over them dudes and Justin Fields because they proven.
You can't say that, dude.
Listen,
Josh Allen wasn't playing nobody.
Bro, Josh Allen is not the same as neither one of them cats. He's bigger than both of them. He's a freak. Josh Allen is a freak athlete. Looking at him, you wouldn't think he is, but he's a freak athlete.
He's a freak athlete, but they say Zach Wilson got that arm, though. He can have an arm,
but he better be ready for them licks that he wasn't getting at BYU. Because when I saw Coastal play against them, they put them clanks up on him. He looked like he didn't know what he was doing out there. So I'm just gonna tell you straight up, don't be mad when all these little picks that they're putting up and watch Justin Fields go off. They did the same thing with Deshaun Watson.
That's good. This is perfect for him. This is an underdog story. He's gonna have a chip on his shoulder. He's gonna play amazing. He's gonna prove everybody wrong, and it's gonna be great for the Chicago Bears because they need a quarterback. They haven't had a good quarterback in how long? So this works out for everybody. It's fine because honestly, sometimes you need to be doubted for you to rise to your true potential. Maybe he was that boy at Ohio. So now he got doubted. Now he got doubted by the Bears kind of late. He gonna prove something. He gonna come with a vengeance. It's okay. Sometimes you need to be the underdog in the story.
He don't need to be the underdog.
But he is though.
He's been proving it. I'm telling you,
but he has. But I'm saying at this point, what he did in his college career does not matter because he is in the NFL now, and he is an underdog because he went so low. He was supposed to go higher. So with that being said, this is gonna be good for him.
So Trey Lance is with the 49ers is a good fit. Better arm runner with weapons with Kittle, Ayuk, and Samuel. He gonna ball. I promise you, we're gonna be having a very different conversation in the middle of the season next year.
We'll see. All you can do is just see.
And on top of it, Fields, like somebody said, I agree. Fields was mostly slept on. Bro, I saw this dude.
Mac Jones is overrated.
Dude,
hey Jakey.
He picked my boys apart, and I hate saying that because I hate Ohio State. And I hate.
Oh yeah, I hate Ohio State too.
And he picked them apart. I'm being honest. The dude is
a beast. No one's listen. I think he went too low too.
What you mean?
Penn State fan all day. Listen, so I agree. Justin Fields definitely. For him to be sitting on his couch with his family that long, and for him to go, when did he go? He went at number 11.
He went 9th, didn't he?
11th.
He went 11th.
11th. Oh, wow. I mean, it really won't that long,
but think about the people who went ahead of him.
Though.
What have okay, I'm gonna say this. What has Wilson proved and what has Lance proved? Because I don't believe.
I'm gonna be honest, they was talking about Trey Lance, I thought, a long time before even this draft, like before he set out, they was talking because he didn't play last year. He set out, I think.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
OH. No way Fields should have fell to 11, but for Chicago was perfect. OH. See, that's what I'm saying. It works out. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think like we talked about before, media and how everything is kind of played, the narrative has something to do with it. Because Justin Fields got the bad rap for what happened in the championship and all this crap. You know what I mean?
He was hurt, man. That dude got broke ribs.
But you know what I'm saying? But that's what the narrative was. So that's what it became. So then his stock dropped. Listen, you know what they say? You're only as good as the last thing you've done. So the last thing he did was that, and he didn't play that well, and the team lost. So that's what happened.
He didn't play bad, though.
No, I know, but he didn't play as good as he can.
Okay, but the last game that Trevor Lawrence played, he got smoked.
Listen, what is Justin Fields? What's Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence has long blonde hair and
exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make, man.
Trevor Lawrence is the golden boy. He fits the narrative of a golden child. You know what I mean? He's tall. He has long hair. Like, come on.
He can run like a gazelle.
Right. Justin Fields doesn't fit that same golden boy narrative. So that's what it was. Period.
All right. So check this out. I'm gonna get this one to Kamari. So I think he's gonna feel me on.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes, ma'am.
One thing I want to say is this is the third time in NFL draft history that QBs have went 1, 2, and 3.
The third time?
The third time. Now, listen, I want to say this to all my Eagles fans out there. I thought this was really funny. So the 99 draft, our beloved Donovan McNabb went number 2, and number 1, number 3 were
the two other people. Never heard.
Trash. So the 99 draft, Donovan McNabb went number 2, and there was 3 QBs drafted 1, 2, 3 that year, and then this year 1, 2, 3 QBs.
I think the first one. I think they had some good players. That first one, Archie Manning and some other. I forgot.
And I just want to say this real quick before we get off it, and I promise I'm done with this whole conversation about this whole thing. Remember what happened with Mitch Trubisky and Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. Remember this conversation that we having, because the same energy that all people that's got all this stuff talking about Zach Wilson, remember that. They said the same thing about Mitchell Trubisky with 1 year of playing. With 1 year, no real tape on him. And we watched him implode. He ain't done nothing.
They went to the playoffs that year. They went to the playoffs with Mitch.
Yeah, but they lost. And he no longer has a job.
I'm just saying, he went to UNC.
These dudes, listen, it's not the team.
Terrence has his loyalty.
I know, it's whatever. All I'm saying is, the fact of the matter is that Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes have had way better careers than him.
Obviously.
You seen what Patty did when he played Chicago. Seen what he did.
He did. He put the things up on him.
But what's up? Yeah.
Okay, so Terrence, this is to you. All right, man. Who is the biggest surprise of the draft so far?
Ooh, man. Biggest surprise?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, man. It's kind of like what I didn't think a team was gonna pick, especially what's been going on this week with this team. Okay. Green Bay Packers picked up a DB after Rodgers said he was gonna leave. Rodgers been wanting another wide receiver besides Devontae Adams for a while. Now I'm not gonna say the other two, Scanley or whatever, and the other one, I forgot the other wide receiver. I'm not gonna say they trash, but he been wanting a top wide receiver this first round this whole time, y'all. Y'all gave a quarterback the year before last year, and then y'all go get a DB after he already said he about to leave. So the biggest surprise for me had to be them drafting a DB after he already talking about leaving.
True, big facts.
I think that was, man. I probably had about 3 surprises, but.
So Chris said Alex Leatherwood to the Raiders. That's your biggest surprise? Yeah, I feel like that was everybody's. Like I feel like when I was going online, everyone kept saying like the Raiders pick was so random. What was that about?
He's not a random pick though.
No, but that's what I was saying online. They were saying that like, what's up with that pick?
Because you got to protect Carr.
No, for sure.
So that's not really. I guess it is a surprise.
I guess for him over other people.
No, he was where he fell. He was a late first rounder.
He was the first rounder. I wasn't surprised by that, but go ahead. Give me your surprise, Carm.
Truly, my surprise would have to be the Eagles or shit, like the Eagles. Only because I really thought that the Eagles were going to do something really dumb.
Like screw the pooch.
Yeah, like I thought they were going to do a quarterback. Like I was like, we doing Justin Fields or something? Like I really just was not sure because the Eagles, you just don't know. And then when we traded so quickly up to 10 from 12, I was like, what are they going to do? Yeah. Especially after Surtain left. When Surtain went, I was like, damn it. I was pissed because I wanted him. So, and JC Horn. So I was surprised that we actually got Devontae Smith. And I was happy. I was like, okay, that satisfied me. But I was definitely very surprised. I thought they were going to mess it up.
Listen, I don't hate the Eagles. So I was happy that they did it. I know I talked a lot of trash on the Eagles, but I just don't like Carson Wentz. So after that, I want you guys to succeed.
No, yeah. And then like, we were saying like Devontae Smith reaction. I just feel like he's just kind of like a very kind of like monotone kind of guy. Just kind of like, I'm very excited and going to get to work and every day.
I seen him on Club Shay's little podcast. He was calm and collected and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's how he is. He's just kind of like mellow. He's very like, I'm very excited and get to work and thank you.
But check this out though. But I know he made that call. I bet you the first call he got was from Justin Fields. I mean, not Justin Fields, but Jalen Hurts. He probably was like, bro, let's get it going. He's like, now we got to work because they didn't put you back. They pushed you all the way back. You know, now you got to do something. Somebody said Denver picking up a corner maybe. Chris said Surtain to Denver also, especially with all the money they spent on free agency in the secondary. Okay. All right, so I'm going to tell y'all my surprise pick, man. My surprise that I didn't think was going to happen is – damn, I ain't saying this. I thought that the Steelers were going to take a quarterback. I really did. I thought they were going to make some type of move to get a quarterback because they re-signed Ben Roethlisberger for less money to maybe, I thought, to clear up some space to maybe make a move or whatever to maybe get somebody to help. And then they basically let all their weapons kind of just like leave. And I know they needed a running back. They had Benny Snell, but the fact that they went out and got Najee Harris, it makes my heart smile a little bit because the Steelers are based on running. Like anytime we've been really good, we've had a really good running game. And they all of a sudden changed the game up and just started throwing the ball all over the field. And it worked for 11 games. It worked. Like everybody was like, oh, the Steelers. I knew we wasn't hot stuff. Anybody who asked me, I said, bro, we're not that good because soon as they stop hitting all these receivers and they catch on the Claypool, we're gonna be screwed. Mm. So to me personally, it surprised me that they went and got a running back, a good running back, not somebody they could pay a little bit of money to, because that's what the Steelers love to do. They love to go get somebody they ain't gotta pay. That's why they get these receivers and they make them great receivers, and then when they get good, they don't want to pay them. So I'm used to that. So that was a surprise for me that they did.
I had to say one more thing. Carolina Panthers. I know, like I was saying, they got to get DB from South Carolina. But I thought they was gonna get a quarterback. You could get rid of Tyrod Taylor, and you go get Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
so is that who y'all believe in?
Well, also I think what they did was because when they went out and got when they went out and get Horn, you got Troy Pride on the other side from Notre Dame. So you just shored up your secondary for the most part. Because those two guys, they don't need double coverage. They can play man to man. So that makes sense for me because I watched the Panthers play. So I kind of understand what they're doing. They got McCaffrey. They still got a lot of weapons. You got Darnold and McCaffrey. So if you really got those guys, you don't really need to get the home run. You can kind of be cool with the secondary pick because that dude's gonna be like you'll have 2 Pro Bowlers on the secondary before long. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Okay.
So that's my thought process behind it. What's going on, Al?
Hey, Morg.
Hey, Morg. I don't know you, but hey. So, Carm, you ready for your start?
Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
All right, y'all. So, who got the bag? Welcome to my segment. So, who got the bag is basically for my newbies out there. It's where I talk about who I think is getting it popping, or getting to the money, or winning, or doing great this week in the sports world, or just in the world in general. This week, obviously, this is our NFL draft special, and my co-hosts think that I should talk about football, but me, I will talk about who I want to talk about. And that's going to be Chris Paul, people, okay? I think we touched on him a little bit last week, but all my NBA fans out there, as y'all know, the playoffs are coming. The play-in playoffs are coming soon. And then the playoffs are going to start, I think, May 22nd. So I want to talk about Chris Paul, CP3. Now, a little background on Chris Paul. Why is he getting the bag? First of all, the Suns have made it into the playoffs the first time since 2010. This is Chris Paul's first season with the Suns, and now they're in the playoffs for the first time in 11 years. Okay. So that's just that off the rip. That's why he's getting the bag, because his presence alone is getting his team into the playoffs and possibly contending for a title. Who knows? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's an MVP conversation. He deserves it because what is the most valuable player? Someone who's most valuable to their team. And obviously he is the most valuable player to his team. Now, just to get into some background about Chris Paul. Chris Paul, born in 85. He's 35. His birthday is May 6th. So he's about to be 36. Point guard, obviously, if you didn't sleep under a rock, he's a point guard. Okay. This season he's averaging 16 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. He went to Wake Forest. If y'all don't know about Chris Paul, he kind of has like a sad backstory in a way. His grandfather, who's very close to, he's from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and his grandfather, Terrence, North Carolina. Yeah. Winston-Salem. Yep. Yeah. Gang. But so his grandfather sadly was killed by some kids. They robbed him and beat him up outside of his house. So he sadly died. And when Chris Paul found out about this, he was very close to him. He actually just found out the day before he got accepted to Wake Forest to go play. And then he had a high school game. During this high school game, he played and he scored 61 points and then sat down because his grandfather was 61 when he died. So he definitely paid a tribute to his grandfather, showing obviously Chris Paul, very family oriented. Besides that, he was drafted. He played at Wake Forest. He was drafted in 2005, first round pick, number 4 pick. He's been 15 years in the league. He got drafted to the New Orleans Hornets at the time. They changed to the Bobcats when they went to Charlotte, and now they're the Charlotte Hornets as we know them, if anybody doesn't know. So after he went on the Hornets, then he went to the Clippers, then he went to the Rockets, then the Thunder. So last year when he played on the Thunder, that was his first year with the Thunder as well. He played 1 season with the Thunder. What happened with the Thunder? They lost everybody. Russell, everybody they lost. And Chris Paul took them to the playoffs in the bubble. So Chris Paul has such an immediate impact on his teams, any team he goes to right away. So besides that, this first year, he led rookies in points, assists, steals, double-doubles. He became the second rookie in NBA history to lead the league in total steals. Okay. He's an 11-time All-Star, 4-time NBA assist leader. He won Rookie of the Year in 2006. All right. And besides that, Chris Paul, he's the president of the National Basketball Players Association since 2013. So he's very involved with the players in the league. And he's philanthropic as well. He has a foundation, the CP3 Foundation, founded in 2005. He partnered with Winston-Salem Foundation in honor of his grandfather. And then in 2019, 2020, he won the NBA Cares Community Assist Award. We've talked about this before on the show. Devin Booker won it before, a couple other people. So CP3 has won that. And he was the big part of the NBA coming back after the COVID hiatus. So he was a big part on that. He was big on voter registration. He has a lot of different charities. And Chris Paul, his net worth is $35 million. He got $6 million in endorsements. Y'all ever seen him on State Farm commercials? They're pretty funny with his kid. He's married since 2011 to his college sweetheart. He got 2 children, family man. So honestly, I wanted to talk about Chris Paul because I was never really a huge Chris Paul fan, especially when he was on the Clippers. I could not stand him on the Clippers. Like, I did not like him. I just thought that he just was cocky. He is cocky. But I just didn't like him. I just didn't like the way he played. I just didn't like him. For some reason, I didn't like him.
Lob City? You couldn't get down with it?
I didn't like Blake. I wasn't messing with that. I just was like, no, I'll pause. So for me to come to an appreciation of Chris Paul is a lot for me as a fan, as a basketball fan. So I want to talk about him because I see that he really is that guy. Like, he's the point guy, really, because look what he's doing with teams that really have no chance at nothing. And he gets on the team and they're playoff contenders. So I wanted to say he got the bag because of that set alone. I feel like he deserves his flowers now. And not only is he a man who can play, but he's a man of the community and his family because he does a lot of philanthropic things within North Carolina in the teams, cities that he plays for. He's done a lot. He has different foundations. So, and he's involved with social justice and, giving shout outs to, HBCUs. Y'all know last year in the bubble, he wore every time he went to a game, he wore like an HBCU, like attire and sneakers, like repping for HBCUs, giving them coverage. So he's all about the people. And I like that about him. I respect him. So Chris Paul to me is getting the bag.
I'm not mad at that.
Boom.
Terrence, what you got? You got the bag?
It's not really like a big spiel like more, but I wanted to get. I was watching the draft yesterday, and they were saying how one of the guys, he was a top linebacker. I think it was the second linebacker to come off, and it's Zaven Collins. He actually he had no offers coming out of high school. It's a story like how him and his mom drove around trying to find these scholarships. He finally got to Tulsa. And he was late to the the tryout for Tulsa, and I just think that's big. I just feel like he got the bag. Like, just imagine not getting any offers at all out of high school. Last minute, some team pick you, and you top 15 in the draft. So I mean, not like a real big spill on him, but I just thought that was pretty cool. I mean, pretty good. How he came out of Tulsa, and he wasn't gonna be picked up at first. He had no offers coming out of high school, so.
Yeah, I think he was crying when they announced his. Like, he broke down. I see it on Instagram because he was so overcome with I guess he just felt relief. He felt relief, like after everything he's been through. He heard his name. He's number 16, and the Cardinals is going to be a good team this year. So he's on a competing team. So he's happy.
Yeah.
True. Man, that's a dope one too, man. Y'all done made my job hard. Now I think I'm gonna have. It's a group. It's not a person. It's a group that got the bag. And I hate saying it because I'm a Clemson fan, but man, them Alabama Crimson Tide, bro. Right.
Them Alabama Crimson Tide. You want to give them the stats?
Them roll tides, man. Like, listen, it's unheard of to have 5 to 6 players coming in the first round, like almost every year, bro. I'm getting so sick of that. Like, I'm sick of them. Like, I'm sick. Like, I'm outside of them just being super good, man. They teammates, man. Like, there's not one of them, even Jalen, because I'm even gonna count Jalen Hurts, man. Like, I just got to, man. The whatever Nick Saban is putting in the water down there is, man, it's working, man. They're selfless. They're selfless, and
just in the first round, they not being done.
I know, bro. I'm just I'm on my soapbox, bro. Let me go, bro. I'm never saying this again, so y'all just better listen. Listen, the dude, they're teammates first, man. Outside of all this football stuff, like Jalen Waddle got drafted first, and cats would have hated. You know what I'm saying? Cats, like, we know people hate. Like, that's just a part of life. Like, these dudes are legit brothers. Like, he went first. He said in his interview I'm waiting on him to get his moment.
Who said that?
Jalen Waddle said that about Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
He said when he get his moment. They showed him backstage when he finally when he heard his name called, when he heard Devontae Smith dude was going crazy for his brother. And that's all of them. Every time one of them would get drafted, they would come out their little sections, dap them up, hug them, you know, have some words with them and send them out their way. Like that's real. Like that's true love. Like that's like not so much true love, but that's like a real love for your brother. Real love. That's why they win. It's got nothing to do. I mean, they're great athletes, first off. But these top schools that we love to talk about, like Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, these dudes really do care for each other. It's not just about putting that jersey on. They have a love for each other that's a little deeper than that, and that's why these schools excel, and that's why they've been running college football for about 4 to 5. Well, Bama longer than that, but Ohio State and Clemson are to the point where they're like in there every year. They're going at each other.
The culture of the program. You know, it's important.
Yeah, that culture is like dumb. It's like, well, not dumb, but it's crazy.
Yeah,
that they're able to like put together these teams. They seem to it's crazy because every year they seem to have. It's kind of like we're talking about the same players, the same schools, and then when it comes time for the draft, it's like these guys will leave. Like Trevor Lawrence just left. Like Jalen Waddle and them just left, but they'll be their team. Alabama would be in conversation again next year.
Right.
Clemson will be in Ohio State will be in the conversation
next man up. It's always like the next great talent is ready, is waiting in the wings. Yeah.
It's just and it's a testament to all those guys. So Ryan Day, Dabo Swinney, and and Nick Saban. I got to give them a lot of respect. So yeah, I'm off my soapbox.
And let me just say, I was really surprised at Jalen Waddle's like his voice and like his whole mouth area. I was just kind of like, you got interesting.
You got that that's how Houston, Texas country.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of surprised when he started talking. I did not expect his voice to sound like that. I was like, oh my God, that guy's gonna have like a deep, like he looks kind of small. You know what I mean? I mean, I know he's not, but like, just from looking at him on the TV, I'm like, I didn't expect him to look like that.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. So, that's just me.
So I'm gonna ask y'all this. So regionally, because we love talking about football, so we still on football. Regionally, is it not weird to y'all to think that like all these top players are coming out of like Georgia, South Carolina, Texas? Like, there's no real like. I mean, outside of like Pitt and Micah Parsons, like out of those guys, there's nobody coming from the North for real.
Well, I mean, the South, that's football.
Hold on, what you mean? Like college-wise or state? Where were they born?
Like where they coming from? Like these guys aren't Northern guys, bro. Like these are Southern kids. Like these ain't like Justin Fields, even though he played Ohio State, he's a Southern kid.
He's from Georgia.
Like these guys ain't from
the South.
North.
The South is bred in football players. Apparently, they got the weather. Might as well think about that.
And basketball players. Don't forget.
But down south is perfect football weather all year round. I mean, it gets hot, but up here it gets cold. You know what I mean? Like we play in the cold, but just different.
What you think?
And here's the thing sorry, Terrence, but it's funny that these great programs are coming from these deep South like kind of places because you know what it's about down there in the deep South, and all the players coming out of there are what. So it's kind of I feel like the schools itself are kind of like anomalies, opposite from what the state or the town might be about. I've never been to Alabama, but I can just only imagine, since we talked about last show about sundown towns, all that stuff, and all these things.
Oh, there's definitely some places in there,
right? So it's like it's funny that all these powerhouses, Clemson, Alabama, all this from these deep South places have these players, black players, and it's like, y'all talked about it, South Carolina and stuff, so it's kind of funny that this is how it is.
It's a little different.
Georgia,
like it's a little. I mean, for me personally, like Georgia's a little different because Georgia is in Athens. And Athens is like really close to Atlanta, and Atlanta is kind of like it's like its own place.
It's a black city.
It's weird. It's like its own place. Like Atlanta should just break apart from Georgia. It should just be.
I've been to Atlanta recently, and it's definitely like different vibe.
It's a different vibe from all the rest of Georgia.
Shout out to my girl Morgan in Atlanta.
When you start talking about like Mississippi, Alabama, it's pretty sick down there.
And you say Mississippi, hey, Arkansas, you got Arkansas. You got some parts of Tennessee is pretty bad too as well. So like like a lot of the SEC has got some nasty history behind it. Like a lot of these guys, if they had been born 30 years before, couldn't have played there.
Yeah, Bear Bryant for Alabama, he won't have it.
Nah, like they said Bear was pretty rough, man. Yeah, like as far as like when it comes to like the color issue, and hold on, let me go. Let's see. Remember, I asked you about Tutu Atwell. He just got drafted by the Rams in the second round, and he can fly. You did ask me about him, Al, but the thing about I don't know, man. I stopped watching a lot of the guys, man. Really, like I really did. Like if they wasn't in the first round, it was not to say they didn't matter, but like the real game changers a lot of times come out that first round. You gotta have some sleepers that come in the second round and stuff, but a lot of these first rounders are gonna make an instant impact.
Shout out to I wanted to say shout out to Northwestern because this is the first time they've had 2 players picked in the first round. They had the Chargers pick with Sean Slater, off a left tackle from Northwestern, and then Cleveland picked Gregory Newsome II, a cornerback from Northwestern. Yep. So they're making history for themselves, Northwestern. So that's nice to see. Yeah,
Clemson's never had 2 first rounders. Like, we've had first rounders, but we never had a first number 1 pick. And that's never happened.
Yeah.
Outside of like Brian Dawkins, for real, we've never had like a real big. And so we had like Refrigerator Perry and stuff back in the day, but like this is all uncharted territory for Clemson. Like Ohio State fans and Alabama fans, like y'all used to this. Like y'all used to having like top picks and stuff. So like this is new for us. Like we're new to winning, but we here and we gonna be back. My boy Big Cinco coming back. You see us.
And then I thought it was so cute that guy Quiddy Pay. He was like saying that his mom is retiring today.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
Like when they asked him in his interview, like, how do you feel about how does your family affected by this? You being drafted? He's like, my mom's retiring today. She's worked so hard, and I think that was a beautiful moment because it just shows again. It's not just about the player. Everything that you like, it's the families, the parents and moms, the sacrifices they make. Because behind these big, brawling guys, it's like, a mom that probably took them to practice every weekend, bought them their stuff, struggled, to get them there. So it's nice to see like the parents getting that accolade because mom probably definitely deserves it.
For sure. So Terrence, real quick, who will have the biggest year and the biggest career that was drafted so far? I think we might be able to end on that a little bit. Yeah, you be thinking too over there, Carm. Don't be. You ain't getting out of this. You're not getting out of this. And they could be 2 different people. They don't have to be the same person.
While Terrence is thinking, I'm gonna say this. Oh, sorry, Terrence. Go ahead, Terrence. I'm gonna say after you.
I know I'm a Buckeye fan. And kind of mess with the Buckeyes. I gotta go Justin. Like you were saying, they doubted him. He going with Matt Nagy now. Matt Nagy is actually not I don't think he's a bad coach. A lot of people say Andy Reid was calling the plays and all that for Chiefs. But I just feel like with Matt Nagy, he was with Kansas City. We would hate like with that offense. I feel like Fields in that West Coast offense gonna be dangerous. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Matt Nagy being under Andy Reid, Andy Reid is known for the West Coast offense. So I feel like with that, he's gonna be dangerous. They, like you were saying, they already got a good defense. AFC North. If Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, I think he'd probably be the best. He'd be the best quarterback in the division. I feel like
is that you think he's gonna also be the best? He's gonna have the best career altogether.
It's kind of hard, man. I think so.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. I can feel that.
I think so.
Have some confidence in your guy.
Terrence,
he's a proven baller, bro. He can ball.
Loves Justin Fields, so he'll go with you on that.
Offensive rookie of the year.
Ooh, big call. He calling that out.
Terrence Oracle moment.
Oracle moment.
But yeah, I just wanted to say this is not who I think, but I just wanted to point this out. So I saw that obviously Mac Jones went 15 to the Patriots. I know Mac was feeling he was saying that he was just happy to be there and all that stuff, but I know he was feeling kind of like he probably was feeling like, dang, like all my Alabama bros are before me and I'm the QB and he just sitting there kind of by himself in that little area, just waiting. And then now he got drafted and everyone's like, oh, he's more similar to Tom Brady. Belichick's going to get him in order. Belichick's going to this. He's going to be good. Tom Brady got traded last, the entire draft, and look at what happened to him. So Mac Jones, this is nothing. He still went high. Blah, 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 blah. But just to say the whole Nick Saban, Bill Belichick connection, this is the 11th pick by Bill Belichick from a Nick Saban coach player. So Nick Saban is like kind of grooming these guys, and Belichick is like, all right, I'll take him and I'm taking him to the next level. So I'm interested to see what happens to Mac Jones. But I feel kind of feel bad for Cam because it's like, so what's Cam going to do? I know Bill Belichick said Cam is the starting quarterback this year. I know he said that. But obviously they're going to groom Mac. So it's like, what's Cam's longevity with the Patriots, or does he not have any now?
He don't need any. Like what?
So you think he's gonna go somewhere else? Someone else is gonna want him?
This is his swan song. Like this is it. Like
this is it.
He's
still young.
He has to perform. He's been banged up. Like he's not a young. Like he might be physical. Like his age might be young, but his body has taken pounding ever since Auburn. He's been getting hit hard. Even when he played at Florida, he was getting hit, even though he was coming out the bench. Cam has his shelf life is not very much left. Like, because if he goes back and reverts back to what he was doing to be successful, it's going to cost his body something. Now, if he plays this new form of football he wants to play, he's going to suck. Like, so that's just, let's just be real. So he's got to find somewhere a happy medium for Cam Newton's career to continue to go on. It's just not conducive for him to run and take hits. And it's really not, I don't think he's that great of a passer with the shoulder issues and stuff to be a great passer, because he's just had too much stuff mechanically going on with his shoulder.
Yeah.
So I think he's had his window. I think if he can put together some wins while they get Mac Jones ready to take over, like they was going to do with Jimmy Garoppolo until, Tom Brady got him offed. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see how it goes, but I just think that his shelf life is pretty much over for Cam. He's got to do something.
Well, you think Mac Jones is going to be successful?
Well, in a system.
What's that? Yeah, that's Terrence's TV. I'm like, what is that?
In a system, as a system quarterback, Mac Jones will be good because it's a system. It's not leaving a whole lot of room for him to do much because he's in the system. But he can't really mess it up either. You got Bill Belichick.
Right.
So you don't need too much.
So who do you think is going to have the biggest year in career?
My thought.
I didn't pick yet, but you can pick.
Dang, why you put me on the spot?
Because you put me on the spot.
All right. I'm gonna take best year. I'm gonna take this is a redemption year. I'm gonna say Jalen Waddle because it's a redemption year for Tua. Tua's got a bro. Is that your TV?
Terrence, load the TV.
It's loud.
It's loud. It's like
a reverb.
Yeah.
So for Jalen Waddle, I would say because Tua's gonna be trying to redeem himself, because it's almost like he's got to piss or get off the pot, because they're going to be looking to get another quarterback if he doesn't play well.
Right.
So his number one target is probably going to be somebody he's used to,
right,
which is Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle. So I think Jalen Waddle had a better first year, but I think the best career, because I believe that Julio is going to be leaving Atlanta soon, I think it's going to be Kyle Pitts. Yeah, I think he's going to have the better career because he's one of those hybrids.
I like that.
Because he's got a lot of so my boy Mark Scoots, he's an Ohio State fan too. He said Kyle Trask will be the best QB if drafted.
I'm gonna be honest.
He an Ohio State fan. He from Dayton, Ohio. But my thing with Kyle Trask is Kyle Trask had a beast, and now we're seeing that Kyle Pitts was a beast. He has, and then Tony. So Tony was also on that team for Florida. So he's had a lot of weapons. I would be interested to see how he would turn out and where he lands. Like, because, it depends on where he goes. He might end up being a viable backup. I just don't see him going anywhere and playing immediately just because of his skill set. He just hasn't been consistent enough for me personally. Just like Sam Ehlinger. Like, people I'm talking about Sam Ehlinger for Texas. He's a good player, but he's just inconsistent. And in those big games, that's why they lost those big games. As far as I'm concerned, in Florida, is because of Kyle Trask's inability to stay consistent. So,
okay,
yeah, but Pitts is probably gonna have the best career out of all them cats because he's a hybrid, like a Kelsey. Like, think about that.
Right now, they were comparing it to Kelsey.
He's faster than Kelsey, and he big and can catch, and he can play in the slot. Like,
but I heard somebody throwing some shade at him. Somebody from the Saints was like throwing shade at him, like, oh, he might be a little too light to be at the end of my line or something like that. He was saying, like, throwing shade at Kyle Pitts, like, you might be big, but you weren't big enough for this, so watch out. Kind
so
of.
What? Well, all he gotta do is block you for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I know, but I seen that on Instagram that someone was talking smack.
How about this? Tell that young fella, whoever said it, to try to play him in coverage. How about that?
Right.
Because if you get behind that big dude, he gonna run you for about 40 to 50 yards because he got that type of speed.
Right. They compared him to Kelsey and Waller. They're the best. They the best two tight ends in
the game. You can add Kittle to that too. You can probably add Kittle to that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so who you got? You got answers before we get off here. You don't get to put off.
So best, what is it? Best year,
best year, career? And best career.
Best year, I'm hoping is going to be Devontae Smith from the Eagles, only because we need him to have a really great year. So I really want him to have a great year because I feel like that's the boost Jalen needs and what the Eagles need, especially after last season and all that just drama and it was just toxic. So I think the Eagles need like a reprieve, somebody to do well and to be about the team. So I hope Devontae Smith will have the best year. And also, too, I want to say this, too. I want to say that I'm looking out for Caleb Farley from the Titans, the cornerback.
From Virginia Tech?
Yes. He's had back problems, and that's like been a concern with people for him. But I was looking at some of his tape, and I was seeing some of his stuff, and I was like, you know what? I feel like if his back can hold out, I think that he has talent. I think he could be good this year. Why not?
Yeah, shout out to him. If I'm not mistaken, he has COVID. So, prayers up to him. Because he was isolated yesterday. If y'all
on the interview, he was by himself.
Yeah, he was by himself. And I had asked somebody, they said he had COVID. So, prayers up to him. So
yeah, definitely. I didn't know that. But yeah, so him, I'm looking out for him. And then best career.
Yep.
Best career out of this draft.
Let's go.
Best career. I guess I might have to go with.
Here we go. Dun dun dun.
You know what? I'm about to go with Patrick Surtain, man.
What?
Yep.
He gonna have the best career?
Yeah. I feel like I liked him. I wanted him to get drafted.
How am I to tell you? I'm about to throw the Broncos.
He went 9 for the Broncos. And I know people don't have they feel like he is what he's gonna be. But I liked him and I wanted him for the Eagles. So I'm gonna root for him. I'm gonna say, who knows? He's a second. He's PS2. I like his little PS2 chain he got because he's Patrick Surtain a second. It's really cute.
God.
But I'm just gonna say that just because I feel like saying it. So what? I'm gonna say him.
I give you that. Hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Just real quick, the numbers we put them up on the screen. Who was drafted where? Remember these numbers. They will come into some type of play this year and throughout their careers. People never forget the night they was drafted. They never forget who went a foot above them, who y'all said wasn't going to do what, who y'all said was. People just never forget. And I would be remiss if I didn't throw out that we need to watch out for the Jaguars in probably about 4 to 5 years. Not right now. It's just not right now. I know a lot of people are saying, well, he's the number 1 pick. Trevor Lawrence is going to come in. He may make some type of impact. They may be a little bit better, but they just don't have enough.
Time.
It takes a lot of time.
Look at what the Bills. The Bills, they were talking about that, how the Bills are really good at circling the wagon. How in the past 4 or 5 years, they've drafted people for the Bills and have built upon these drafts. And they've and then they obviously got Stephon Diggs, but they've built upon their draft classes and they've gotten a really good team. And now they're one piece away from taking off. I mean, look how far they went this year. Yep. So it's going to take a while. The Jacksonville Jaguars have sucked, obviously. So they got the first pick. So they got this great, I guess, lifetime quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. So now it's build from there.
It's just, and I'm saying this, and I hate, I'm going to take this graphic down real quick. But I love saying this because people always assume that because it's I'm a Clemson fan, I can't see outside of that. Don't get me wrong. Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent, but so is Justin Fields. And their whole careers, they have been right there together.
Do you know why Trevor Lawrence wore 16?
I'm not really sure. Oh, Peyton Manning.
Because that's his mom's favorite college player, Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
So he wore 16 for his mom, pretty much.
Listen, I got a question real quick. What if Trevor Lawrence ends up being a bust? How would you feel about it?
I wouldn't feel no type of way about it because it can happen. You also got to remember that he needs wide receivers and he needs an O-line with a steady coach to match his talent. Listen, I'm not arguing with that, Al. I think that's a very, very good comment to make because at the end of the day, you're only as good as your offensive line when you're a quarterback. I don't care how good you move, unless you're Lamar Jackson and it really don't matter who blocking because you're running past everybody or Michael Vick or one of these guys. And even Justin Fields, because that's why I'm saying Justin Fields don't need a whole lot to be good. He just don't. He won't need a whole lot to be good. And you put him with a chip on his shoulder, which he's always had because him and Trevor Lawrence have been neck and neck all through school. They both played in Georgia at the same time, right after Deshaun Watson. So you put them guys in the league at the same time when one feels disrespected. Y'all saw what happened when they disrespected Deshaun Watson and didn't draft him what they supposed to. He lit the league on fire. Somebody saying Lawrence will be a Hall of Famer. He is he's an exceptional talent. Yeah, but like I think what Al is saying is all these things are being considered. It really depends on his offensive line. It really does. If they don't put anybody around him, I don't care how good. Look at Aaron Rodgers.
Look at Burrow.
I mean, he got hurt, but
they're saying like, why did he get hurt?
Nobody was there to protect him. But Burrow was like the league on fire though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So imagine if he had people to protect him.
And
he wasn't getting hit.
We didn't even talk about that. I forgot. Oh man, I got to talk about this before we get off. Okay, so the Cincinnati Bengals are exponentially better than they were 3 years ago. I mean, like they're light years better than they were. You just added Joe Burrow, you got T. Higgins, a big receiver, and you also just added Jamar Chase, who is a bigger receiver that can move. You got them two on opposite sides of each other. You add Joe Mixon back this year after his injury. Man, they're gonna be good too. So that's why I say my Steelers gonna probably end up being the last in that division.
Oh, that's okay.
What kind of pick was that, man?
Are you gonna care to share, bro?
Right? Or not? Right? Everything okay?
We got a center. We need another wide receiver. All we got right now is Tyreek. Unless McCole Harmon step up.
I just want to let you know. This is that moment where when I tell you that the Cleveland Browns gonna beat y'all, it's gonna start hitting. It's gonna start hitting.
Get a center from Oklahoma.
It's okay, Terrence. Okay. We're live. We're live across the air.
Listen, I love it when a plan come together. Hey, man.
It's all right, Terrence. Take a breath, man. Sorry.
So before we get off here, man, I want to let you guys know that we're going to be pushing this week a lot of following. Like next Friday, we're going to call it. Well, I won't be here next Friday. I'm having surgery, so it'll be up to them to put the show down.
I'm not going to be here next Friday either.
Oh, so Terrence,
I'm going to be in Puerto Rico. Back
to
the motherland. Okay, all my Puerto Ricans out there, welcome me home, baby. Welcome me home. I will be back.
Okay, baby.
Patalillo on deck. Okay, get my agapuria ready.
All right.
Okay.
So we won't be here next week for those of you guys watching, but the following week we're gonna do this thing called Follow Us Friday. Follow Us Friday is when we're gonna just be pushing everything. We're gonna really try to get our follows up. We're gonna have a lot of interaction on all social media networks. Carm is actually gonna do her 2 minutes with Carm.
I am gonna do my hoops of Carm.
She's gonna do it. She's gonna be on vacation. She's gonna be coming off her vacation.
And when I get back, I'm coming with the heat.
And I got a special segment for Terrence. He don't know about it yet. And it's gonna be dope, man. He gonna love this junk a lot. We're gonna let Terrence finally go off on a rant about whatever he want to rant about. He's got to do it for 2 minutes straight without stopping. You got to go off about something he don't like in the game, in the world.
You can't take any stops and drink your juice.
No juice. You got to go straight.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
So next week, well, after this week, we're going to have the new segments. We're going to have new segments. We're going to really be pushing for you guys to follow us on social media. I know a lot of you guys watch us, but we really need the help and support with the follows, the subscribes, the likes, the shares. This is we do it for you guys. So we really need you guys' help to grow the audience. We want more interaction. We want to be able to do more, but in order to do more, we need the support. So guys, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. What else? Hit the bell. Follow, hit the bell. Anything you can do.
Yeah.
That's what the next 2 weeks is about. We want to get our numbers all the way up.
For sure. And shout out to Jason Owe from Penn State, who also got drafted number 31 in the draft by the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to Penn State all day, every day. Sorry.
You love Penn State.
Had to represent.
You love Penn State.
I have to. That's my alma mater. Happy Valley all day.
Hey, man. So we about to get off of here. If anybody got any questions, concerns, comments, hit us in the inbox.
Follow us. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Yo Soy Carm. Get at me.
Please. She said she's going to change the name. I don't believe her.
I am changing my name. So watch out for my new name change. But not until I get back from Puerto Rico.
What you got, Terrence? You got anything to add?
Shout out to all of our followers and fans who commented today.
Yeah, definitely. I say that every Friday, man. Y'all the ones that keep us going. The fans and people that comment. So, good to be back. Let's keep it going.
I'm sorry, Mark Robinson. Boo Penn State. Never in your life, please. You're an Ohio State fan. That'll never.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody likes Penn State.
That's fine. You don't have to like us. Our walls speak for ourselves.
That was like in the early 80s.
That's fine, but some people don't got nothing. So,
but we got them. We coming.
That's fine. Here. Y'all coming. We've been there already, so we got to just return. And we had 2 draft picks in the first round.
Stop
it. Like that. Y'all did.
Stop it.
What's up?
OH.
That's fine. OH, you only had Justin Fields. We had 2. I'm going to give you 2. And our Penn State went before Justin Fields.
Yeah, we just had a pick in the second round, too. So, I mean.
What'd you get in the second round?
I'm saying Ohio State. They just got somebody to go in the second round.
That's fine.
Then they have another one.
We can't do this all night.
We got the first love Penn State. Let's go Lions. Yes, Al.
Listen.
Yes, Al. Please. Let's just shut up these Ohio's. Listen, we're not in Ohio. We repping Penn State all day. Blue and white, Happy Valley. We are.
Isn't. No whiteouts. The only whiteouts that's happening is when they pull the sheet over you when you're dead. They throw that sheet over you.
Whoa, there. The disrespect can just stop now.
All right, man. Anyways, like I said, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. Send us a link. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I'll talk to y'all
later.
Deuces.
Thanks for watching.
To the Wire Sports is brought to you by the Heat Ratio Sports Network. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment, and hit that bell for notifications. Interact with all the Heat Ratio Sports Network personalities. Follow us on social media, available on all social media platforms. The Heat Ratio Sports Network. Sports with attitude.